5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Re-energized, refreshed, recharged after the long weekend. You're listening to Radio Face's number 12. And I say it like that because...
It's not gay voice.
No, because it's been brought to my attention that I get made fun of for the way I announce what number podcast we're on. So instead of this Indo-Canadian fighting it, he's just going to embrace it.
Just roll with it.
Number 12. Lewis Malley, Matt Chapin, my name's Aaron Maholtra, our main man AJ in the background, putting this together. We're going to start this podcast off with rapid fire, and it begins right now. Okay, I am going to name the athlete, and you guys give me, in 1 or 2 words, what city or team he'll be playing for in September. Zach Parise.
New Jersey.
Pittsburgh.
Ryan Suter.
Detroit.
Detroit.
Matt Carl.
San Jose.
Good one, San Jose.
Jeremy Lin.
Chicago Bulls.
I think the Knicks.
Steve Nash.
New York Knicks.
Toronto Raptors.
At point guard.
Dwight Howard.
Brooklyn.
Houston Rockets.
Cole Hamels, New Sport.
LA Dodgers.
Same, LA Dodgers.
Cliff Lee.
Texas Rangers.
New York Yankees.
Edwin Encarnacion.
Miami Marlins.
LA Dodgers.
And that was rapid fire. Okay, that was rapid. Good job, guys. A lot better than in the past. Some different answers, too.
Yeah, no kidding. We'll play this in a couple months and see how far off we were.
Yeah, the Knicks, they're going to have an abundance of point guards. Just throwing that out there. And the funny thing is, I don't even know if that's possible now.
I'm just glad you said a team in the right sport.
Perfect. Me too.
When I said Jeremy Lin, you just had this face that...
I was like,
He's like, who the hell's Jeremy Lin?
Taiwan Tornadoes?
World Cup 2012 Chinese Taipei.
Okay, so we've got the racist portion in for this week's podcast.
Perfect. We generally do a bit of that.
We are recording it on Tuesday, July the 3rd. Like I said, a lot of these guys have not signed, but we will try to remember to play this in September and see how many of us, or how many of you guys are right, and see where your choices were. Okay, we're going to now be in this or that portion right now. All right, so we were just talking about free agents. Free agency has begun in the NHL. The best and worst signing so far in NHL free agency, it can be restricted free agent, unrestricted free agent, someone that signed ahead of time. Who is it?
Jonathan Quick. I think
he was about 10 years.
10 years, 50 mil? Just plus?
I think it was just over 50 million,
just
yeah.
over 50, right?
I think that's... It was in the 50 or 60 range.
Unreal. I think that's a great deal.
My best one is Marty Brodeur. Not because it's a great deal or anything like that, but he has to play for one team his whole career. Good to see him get a 2-year deal finished up in New Jersey. I'm happy for that.
Back that answer.
Worst one, guys?
Garrison. That's a lot of money.
I agree.
For a
that
guy
was mine too.
I think Hodler. Calgary has no cap room, and now they've just paid $4 million for 4 years, $4 million a year for 4 years for a guy who's got 50 points once.
My best one, I'll say Lawton Dress for the Sens. I think there's a chance they just got the same player the Leafs are paying Van Riemsdyk in for 6 years at 4.25 for 1 year at 1.2. I think he could be a second line big forward who could get 50 to 60 points on that team.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, I know, but I think that could be the steal of the year. He's good. Habs had him for a while, traded him, got hosed in a trade. He lit it up for Minnesota. Since the end of the Stanley Cup Finals, we're under our second question. Since the end of the Stanley Cup Finals, who has improved their team the most, factoring in free agency, the draft, and trades?
I'm going to say Edmonton, just for the fact that they got Schultz, Yakubov. I think that they are addressing more needs. They're still not that good, but they're much better than they were.
I think the Leafs, anytime that you can gut what you had from a team that didn't make the playoffs and just keep bringing in new people, I have no problem with that. I think that that's a improvement. They stacked up on their defensemen, which they were always a strength with. Shipped out a defenseman, got a forward back. I think that's a good move.
So you think they won that
I'm going
JVR
hometown
Shen
homer, and I like that deal.
I wasn't sure the answer to this question, but now after hearing Edmonton, I can't see after getting Yakupov and Schultz how that isn't a big improvement. That's insane. Yeah, That's
And they're all young. They fit in exactly in the Edmonton plan.
That's definitely a wicked. They're going to be a force.
They have 3 first overalls that potentially might play on the same line. It's frightening how
That's
good they're
luck
gonna be.
more than anything, but yeah, I know what you mean.
It's actually just how bad they were.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, those are numbers. Not luck.
Switching gears, now that LeBron James has won a championship, which player, any sport, needs to get that monkey off his back the most?
I'm going to say Luke Donald, golf. He's been
Wild
the number
card.
one player. Yeah, well, he's been the number one player, and the focus is more on you when it's a solo sport, like a golf, like a tennis. Like a team sport, you can always say, yeah, my team was shit, whatever. Donald's just got to show up in a major.
Oh, it's too bad he retired this year, but and this might totally negate the question, but LaDainian Tomlinson, he might be one of the best running backs in the history of the game, and he never won a championship.
And those teams are actually really good,
And
too.
he's just phenomenal. So it was a toss up between LT and Roy Halladay.
Okay,
So-
and speaking of pitchers, Cliff Lee at 0-5 right now. Ricky Romero at 8-3. Cliff Lee's numbers, other than wins and losses, are better than Romero's. Romero's numbers are atrocious. Which record is more hard to believe?
Cliff Lee, I think that's surprising. The amount of quality starts that he goes through, his team just not getting runs. That's just bad luck. He's probably had 12 starts, 12, 13 starts,
Yeah.
and not getting run support over 3 or 4 at least a game. That's really surprising.
Yeah, I completely agree. Shutout, I mean, you think Cliff Lee's going to throw a complete game shutout at some point, or a one-run game. Ricky, at least, I mean, Blue Jays have a really good offense, so if he's given up 4 or 5 runs, you can see the Jays scoring 6 or 7 to win the game.
And it should be noted that like Lee's ERA right now, I think, is a little over 4. It's gone up over a run in the last few starts.
it was
He
pretty
was
much 3.
lights out up until
Yeah.
the beginning of June, and he's still without a win. But Romero at 8 wins, he sucks.
His ERA is now over 5.
His 6 wins to his 8 wins,
wins.
out of those 8 wins, 5 or 6 of them were all quality starts. So keeping guys under 3 earned runs, and that's a stat that gets looked. Wins,
But then
are
I guess
always,
it's amazing he's on 8-8.
Yeah, because he's either really good or really shit.
No, it's fair enough.
Okay, sticking with the Blue Jays, Jose Bautista. Prediction here. I want an over or under. 49.5 home runs by the end of the season.
Under.
Yeah, definitely under. I don't think he hits 50 this year.
Will he hit the most in baseball?
Yeah, and I mean, last year he was the most with 43, so I think in the mid-40s is enough.
I don't think there's anybody with his consistent power in the league to just constantly yank one out of the park, like, no problem.
So under 50, but the most in baseball. Okay. Over to basketball. A guy we just talked about in the rapid fire section. Steve Nash. The Raptors have reportedly offered him $36 million over 3 years. Are they overpaying for sentimental and Canadian benefits that come out of signing him?
No, and the reason why they're not overpaying for it is because they'll make that money back. I mean, the Raptors right now need attendance so bad. I mean, talent-wise, they might be overpaying a little bit.
That's what I'm asking.
But, I mean, the guy he put up great numbers last year. I think he makes everybody around you better. It's not like, a Dwight Howard, where Dwight Howard's amazing, but he doesn't make the rest of the team amazing. Nash does, right? Because he dishes people out, he spreads the floor, whatever. I think that and the fact that they're going to, pretty much get so many guys in the seats because of him, guys and girls, I guess, that
Very
it's valuable.
diplomatic, Lou. Nice.
Yeah, I know.
I think that they are overpaying for him, and that sentimental value is totally there. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad to see him because that sentimental value plays to me as a Torontonian. But I don't know. 39 years old, and this guy's there. What's the difference between Calderon's 8 assists a game and good field goal percentage and good free throw percentage, low turnover rate? I don't see much difference other than that attendance factor. But let's face it, if he's not going to add an additional 15, 20 wins to them, I don't think that player is valid there. I would just okay, let's build the team that they're trying to do through the youth and the draft. He is a good guy to have as a mentor, though. So I'm just constant contradiction.
I can
in
live
this
with
answer.
the $12 million a year or the 3 years. I'm just like, really?
Well, he's 38, I think, actually.
He is 38.
So, I mean,
He's
30
turning-
39. It's a publicity move
Yeah, you're
because now he's
Well,
the general
so-
manager
yeah.
of
Yeah.
the Canadian basketball team or whatever. He's still good. I think that he honestly helps his team turn into a playoff team.
I just don't even know if he'll be here. I really can't see him, even coming.
Quick answer. Who's going to win Wimbledon?
Djokovic.
Serena Williams. Oh, big curveball.
Oh, I didn't even think of the women. Yeah, I think Sharapova on the women.
No surprise, Lou wasn't thinking about women.
Nice. No.
Nice.
Okay, and variety questions as always. We're 2 days removed from Canada Day. Who is the hottest Canadian female ever?
Rachel McAdams.
Cuthbert, when she was in like Girls Next Door version or early 24s, not now that she's banged half the NHL. Before she was pretty legit.
I'm going Sloane Emmanuel Shrieky from
Nice.
Lost.
Love that answer.
I love
From
her.
Lost.
Not Lost.
Entourage.
From Entourage.
Tough
Your
Sloan, I
other
say
favorite
what up.
show.
Yeah, you know who's hot? You know, hot Canadian from Lost? Evangeline Lilly. She's Canadian. She's from Lost too.
Really?
That's
She's
Kate, right?
Canadian?
Yeah,
Who?
she's hot. Yeah, Kate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sweet.
Kate. No, Hurley. Okay, and this is podcast number 12. So we've done a dozen of them. When you think dozen, you think donuts. Greatest and worst donut ever.
Oh, greatest and worst. Greatest honey cruller.
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 Cruller,
Whatever.
yep.
I always called it cruller.
Worst honey cruller, best honey cruller.
Moving on. Lou, your answer.
I don't have. Worst is Tim Hortons in general. They're stale as hell. They leave them for like 4 days. Best is the microwave Krispy Kreme, fucking cardiac arrest, but it's awesome.
Okay.
What about you?
I will go best. I like the honey cruller. I like chocolate. I like Boston cream.
Maple dip's
I
pretty
could
legit.
go on for a long time.
You live Timbits.
I like Timbits. Okay, we're done this or that. We're now going to move on to our wins and fails. Lou, why don't you lead us off?
All right, my win/fail this week is, I don't know if anybody knows porn stars Sarah J and Angelina Castro, but they pretty much said if the Miami Heat win the NBA title, they're just going to give all of their followers blowjobs. So they actually won, and they're actually following through with it. No shit. It's literally the members of their websites as of August 1st, 2012.
What? How
It's
many
based
members?
Hold on. It's based on like length of membership. So like the people that have been, members of their website for 5 years are first in line. These are actually rules listed on it. If any member of the Heat or coaching staff show up, they're next in line. Whoever is a follower that shows up in an I Love Sarah J or Once You Go Hispanic, Don't Panic or Sarah J's Juicy TITS t-shirt is next in line. The next order is
Don't
based on
panic, I'm
submission of
Hispanic.
complete paperwork. And the best part is these porn stars are actually rots. And the thing is, you have to agree to be filmed. Like, it's going to become a video, and it's
So
called...
porn stars are giving blowjobs to their followers because the Heat won.
Yeah, because they're from Miami. But it's going to be like a video special, because they're just going to line up and just, I guess, give them one at a time. It's called the Miami Heat Blowout or something. I don't know. AJ actually told me about it. So...
Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
There's
he's
gonna be like
got
the
his
six,
foot in
like,
porn and sports,
fattest,
apparently.
shortest cocks there, and they're just gonna forget.
Yeah. Oh, one of the rules is a registered male nurse will be on premises to inspect for hygiene. So, anyways, I think that's just awesome.
Sharing is good.
/ fail that two rots porn stars are just blowing half of Miami because the Heat won.
Wow.
Tough act to follow.
Yeah,
Chapin?
very tough act to follow. Well, you know what? I was thinking about this earlier. The one guy that I could interview and actually be a part of would be Paul Biznasty, and I know that I've said his quotes on here before, but I follow him on Twitter, and he's just a beauty. Some guy, Sean Curran, at Curran93, said, Biznasty 2.0, you're actually the biggest fag of life. And Biznasty's response was, hey, at Curran93, it says on your Twitter feed you'll be at the Jays game today. I'll be there too. Why don't you come and say that to my face? I just think that he would sit there and have a fucking hoot, like having this guy shit his pants. Imagine he bumped into Paul Bissonnette in a beer line.
Yeah, he's kind of big, yeah.
And Biznasty's a big dude. I think it's a win. I love this guy. I could read it all day.
I think we should almost make that a segment, a weekly Biznasty tweet.
Let's do it.
Okay, my win. Positive story for the UFC, which is rare for us. The Silva-Sonnen fight that's happening this Saturday. It's had some great promotion. It's had some great trash talk. Here's a clip of it that I'm going to play from Anderson Silva's translator, who was translating what Anderson Silva said.
Chael Shonen's going to get his ass kicked like he's never gotten his ass kicked before. What I'm going to do inside the octagon is something that's going to change the image of the sport. I'm going to beat his ass like he's never been beaten before. I'm going to make sure that every one of his teeth are broken, his arms are broke, his legs are broke. He's going to not be able to walk out there by out of the octagon by himself. I can guarantee that.
Okay, so you guys just heard the clip. Silva, I think it's more intimidating the fact that he doesn't speak English and that the translator had to translate the fact that he's going to break Sonnen's teeth and legs and fucking everything around him.
It's about time.
It just
It's
gets
about time,
better.
Lucy.
Yeah, because he's the most docile, big Brazilian creature I've ever seen in my
Sonnen's
life.
had some good trash talk too. My prediction is because of this promotion, this fight will do over 1 million buys. You're looking at an average price of $50 to $60 per. That's generating $60 million just based on trash talk because it wasn't doing that number a week ago.
That's crazy.
That's
UFC
sick.
needed it. That's pretty much it.
100%.
Yeah.
We need to end because we are out of time. Thanks so much for listening. Any final words, guys?
Toodaloo.
Happy July 4th.
AJ, from the background?
Nope, not really.
Can't end better than that. Sayonara.